folks. It's August 10th, 2022. I am at Indian Leap in Norwich, Connecticut, and I'm walking over a very heavy-duty cement footbridge, and I'm just going to do a little tour of the area. Right there in front of us is a beautiful train trestle, and it's active. Trains do go over that. Not too many, but I've seen them. As a matter of fact, I have a video on YouTube showcasing one. This is Indian Leap. If you look straight ahead at the peak of that little hill over there, apparently Uncas, a Native American, jumped over that many years ago, broke his leg. There's a whole story about it on Wikipedia if you want to look it up for the history. But this is Indian Leap Falls. These things are normally absolutely raging, but we're in the middle of a big drought right now, and unfortunately the waterfall is very weak. But I'm going to take a short walk up this little path here. I'm just going to try to cover some territory in this area. Of Norwich. For your viewing pleasure. Okay. There's a kind of a walkway, a metal walkway. I'm just going to do a very quick run up here, get a view of long range view kind of the tracks and the train trestle. Alright, let's see if I can shove this camera. There you go. Get a little look at the train tracks. And on this side we got the kind of a wide view of the train trestle off there in the distance. I don't know if you can hear that helicopter going over, but that's probably Lifestar, which goes to Bacchus Hospital and frequently to Hartford. Anyways, let's get back on the trail here. This little pathway that leads down to the falls. Now, if I took my right, I would crawl through this little fence right here, and I would go up paths back there for a panoramic view of the falls when they're operating and when they're flowing strongly. But right now it's not really worth going up there because there's nothing but a trickle coming down. Maybe we can get a glimpse of the waterfall through the weeds here. You can see it's nothing. There's just a little stream coming down where a gigantic waterfall should be. Again, due to the extreme drought conditions. Anyways, let's take a little look at this train trestle. Get a good view of this thing. Alright, I'm going to walk over this. Keep your fingers crossed, folks. If a train comes, I'm going to be in big trouble. All right. Okay, here's kind of a rare view of that footbridge we walked over towards Indian Leap. So far, so good. I don't see any trains. I don't hear any trains. The Yantic River is so low right now. The water is literally, it's almost like a pond. This river normally flows very strongly. I wouldn't say it's raging. It's not the kind of river I would describe as a raging river, although I've seen it raging. There it is. I mean, the water is basically stagnant right now. That's how bad, that's how severe this drought's been. Anyways, I'm making it across this train trestle unscathed. This is fantastic. Some of these, the train tracks and the wood supporting the tracks is kind of oily. Oil somehow protects the wood from rotting out or whatever, but I made it without slipping on the oil. All right, let's take a quick glimpse down here. It's a good fishing spot, but there's the water right there. It's dead stagnant. I see no movement. It's not really, it's got to be flowing a little bit maybe underneath, but I mean, one little breeze and it's actually, the breeze indicates to me that it's almost flowing in reverse. That's just the surface, but anyways, let's take a walk. Train tracks continue down here, and there's kind of a little miniature tunnel. I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe I'll come back and try that in the future. Well, I don't know. Maybe hold the phone, folks. Let's do it. Slight change of plans. We're going to walk through the tunnel because it's probably bone dry due to this drought, so we can probably just cruise right through there. A lot of times you'll try to walk through this tunnel and it'll be real wet in there, making it kind of difficult, big puddles and everything. But I mean, this could be a mistake. Again, if a train's coming, I'm in big trouble. It is moist down here, so there must be some kind of an underground, little stream or something down here. All right. As it gets a little bit darker, the camera will adjust for exposure, so you won't notice a difference, but to the naked eye, it's starting to get real dark inside of this, or underneath this tunnel. Let me see if I can go straight down the middle of this thing. Again, keep your fingers crossed that a train doesn't come barreling down the tracks here, because I'm in harm's way right now. There's nowhere to move. Yeah, it's dry in here. I mean, it's me walking right down the dead center of this thing is kind of a rare situation. Okay, and I'm not going to get down here too far. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn around now, head back, and take one more shot at this tunnel. All right, there's a good look at it, and we'll go right into it again. We'll go right into this tunnel. And really keep our fingers crossed that there's no trains coming. I think it'd be highly unlikely for a train to be heading down the tracks at this time of day. I think it's usually early, maybe twice a week early in the day. That's when I encountered the train a couple of times. All right, we made it through. We just got to get through this little tunnel. We got to get through this little area that's kind of a compressed, kind of a slightly claustrophobic spot where the walls are pretty high on each side. I got to get out of this mud. There is a little bit of mud down here. So the fact that we've had zero rain and this moisture tells me there's got to be some kind of an underground spring or something down there. I'm assuming. All right, let's head up this little path. Whoa, it's kind of steep. All right. All right. Let's take a walk. Check out some of the drought conditions to the Upper Falls area. This area directly in front of me that I'm looking at right now was redone by the city of Norwich. They cleared it all out. They planted some nice trees, and I guess as soon as they're done with the park restoration or some big project they're working on, this will be part of it, maybe, I would assume, because it's wide open and it's nice for a picnic or whatever. Take a walk down near the river, the Yantic River. And there is a look at what used to be, it's the Upper Falls of the Yantic River. It's frequently very, very strong and very powerful water coming over that. It's quite beautiful. As a matter of fact, I can point the camera down here. This is where I'm pointing right now. It's all dead dry. It's normally water is very deep right there. And this building right here is probably some kind of an old powerhouse that was, or some power station of some kind that water from the Yantic River generated power by turning large turbines or something in there. I really don't know, but that's my guess. Let's take a walk up the little hill, take another look at the little tiny trickle of water coming over the Upper Falls in the Yantic River here in Norwich, Connecticut, during the severe drought that we're experiencing. There's another look at that building right there. Well, let's take a look. There's a little plaque on it. What does the plaque say? Upper Falls Heritage Park. It's just got a bunch of names of people, prominent people in Norwich. This was dedicated October 1994. I don't see a description of the property as far as what the technical, there's a look at it, the technical, when it was built, the technical history of it, or I believe it's, again, turbines and things in there that generated electricity. Anyways, there's let me see here. There it is, that little tiny stream of water coming out of what used to be a raging, massive, beautiful waterfall is now pretty much nothing. The Yantic River, which was extremely deep and wide, is nothing but a little stream right now. You can see it right in front of us. All right. This building, I don't know if they're going to restore this, or I don't know what the story is. But let's cover a little bit more territory here. As we walk around Heritage Park. Okay, see where if you can see where this foliage, this ground cover, normally right smack in front of me, right there, off of this stone that I'm standing on, is the river, and it's quite high. I I could almost walk across that thing right now. If I had waders, if I had fishing waders, I could walk across that. No problem. There's poison ivy down here. I gotta be real careful. I gotta keep my eyes open. Last thing in the world I want to do is get poison ivy. Anyways, water used to divert from the Yantic River down this area here, over this little thing that I'm standing on, into this area. As far as I know, I mean, I don't know specifically how it worked. And it looks like it generated power by moving a giant, some kind of a turbine or something in there. At least to the naked eye, and to an untrained person, and I'm not very knowledgeable in that type of engineering or whatever went into that back years ago in the late 1800s, maybe early 1900s, but there it is. And there's another shot of that building. And there's another shot of the little tiny falls right there. There's a look downriver. Those rocks, you could never see them. Those stones out there, they were always way underwater, but the drought did a job on it. There's a new sign across the river there that says no trespassing. I believe that property might have been purchased. It was for sale not too long ago. Somebody must have bought it, and they don't want people trespassing on their property. Let's take a walk down the road here. Off in the distance, I can see a tree that is on the ground. Obviously it fell. You'll be able to see this as we get closer. It fell across the road, 100% blocking any cars or anything from coming in here. So I guess if there was an emergency down here, it'd be a bit of a problem. Ambulances and police, fire, whatever, couldn't get down here right now. I mean, they'd have to break out the chainsaws. They'd have a delay in getting down here. So hopefully the city takes care of that real soon. Anyways, let's get a look at this tree. Okay, by the looks of the leaves still being in pretty good shape, this recently fell, very recently. All right, there's a good look at it. Take a look. This is historic, because my guess is the city's going to be taking care of this pretty soon. It's very nice in here. Let me pause for a moment and just kind of scan the area a little bit. It's very, you know, the foliage is a beautiful area. We're walking into the sunlight, but the sunlight is coming through the trees, and it looks, to the naked eye, quite beautiful. Again, where I'm pointing this camera, normally you would see water, like almost right up to this road. It would be right up to the road. Look at it now. Let's get another shot of that tree from this angle. But anyways, the water over there is just, it's way, way down there. It's a little stream. So the river is pretty much non-existent right now. It's insignificant. As we walk down the road towards the restoration of the Sherman Street Bridge area, under construction as we speak. Looks like some heavy machinery down there. Some large bins that probably contain, let's see, Sterling Superior Services probably contain items that these construction workers are going to be carting off grounds here. Get a look at this Manafort Brothers gigantic, I don't know, backhoe. I don't know the technical terms for some of this new machinery. Wow, look at this. Yeah, there were two bridges, one larger than the other. This one right in front of us, this area right in front of us, the bridge is no longer in existence. It's not here. They ripped out the bridge. It's gone. So I guess they'll be working on this, replacing this section first, I'm assuming. I don't know the sequence of how these guys are going to do it. The engineers obviously know what they're doing, but I'm walking where the Yantic River should be, and it's bone dry. This is kind of an offshoot of the river right here. I don't know if it would be called a tributary or whatever it is, but get out of the direct sunlight. Take a look at this foundation. All right, there's a foundation of what it's like if I was standing under the Sherman Street bridge that's no longer here. And there is the other section, which looks pretty solid to me. I'm sure they'll redo everything. Let's take a walk up the hill to this other area, the larger Sherman Street bridge, which is still standing. This is historically significant because this bridge has been in kind of rough shape for many years, and they're finally getting ready to put the replacement in there. It's going to be real nice. You can see this tree here has been taken down, and this area is going to be really nice when they're done. Okay. I'm not seeing any no trespassing signs. That's good. Let's go take a look off the edge of this. I guess I can't get right to the edge, but that's okay. This used to be, I'm walking on gravel and everything. There it is. Sherman Street Bridge, the smaller bridge, is gone. And it's going to be replaced with a beautiful, brand new, state-of-the-art bridge, which is exactly what we need. And we'll take a walk. I used to drive down this thing, several times a week. Not anymore. Still, you got to watch your step around here. Some of this road appears to be caving in a little bit. All right, let's take a look at the Yantic River from up here. Yeah, this sidewalk, everything's falling apart. This bridge is going to be beautiful when they replace it. All right, there it is. It's not even a foot deep. It's mere inches deep. Normally it would be way to my right, way to my left. If there was, under normal conditions, it would be over my head. Let's put it that way. Right now I can walk right over the thing. All right, there's another, I don't know, backhoe, whatever it is. Large machinery used to build bridges. Look at that. There's nothing there. This used to be a giant river. This drought is absolutely hammering this area. But there it is. And we'll walk back the way we came. See if we can pick up a few different views here and there. Okay, I gotta make sure I trace my steps carefully here. Historically significant because the new bridge that they build, actually two bridges, but once that project's done, I expect it would stand for probably hundreds of years, I would imagine, with the technology that they have now and the engineering and all that being as sophisticated as it is compared to when they built the other one. It's something Norwich really needs. And we'll head back now. There's birds chirping all over the place. There's deer out in that field. I saw one yesterday. I don't see any today right now, but they're out there. Wildlife everywhere. And I'm sure the drought is really putting the stress on the animals. Everybody's waiting for rain. Nothing. Really not much in the forecast either. Let's take a look down here. Right there, near that tree, that's the edge of what used to be the Yantic River. It'll come back. It'll come back. This drought can't last forever. Everything you see in front of you used to be the river. Now, it's all overgrown. It's all foliage. We're gonna have to cross under this down tree. I hope they get this thing out of here soon. It's a nice day. Yesterday was 94 degrees. Today it's 82 at the same time. Much less humid. Yesterday it's humid now, but yesterday was more humid. It was very difficult walking around without immediately breaking into a sweat. Anyways, there's kind of a wide view of what used to be that powerhouse or generating system. Oh yeah, there's these, I'm not sure what they are. Millstones of some kind. Maybe they ground flour here, I don't know. It's possible, but these things are all over the place. Again, this thing was restored in 1994, and I assume these things were placed here during that construction or during that project, but they're definitely old. Probably original material to that building right there. As we walk to a nice shaded area that nobody is taking advantage of at the moment, but they will be in the future, because let's go right down by the river here, because there's kind of a nice little panoramic view of that train trestle from a different angle that we can get. So we go across this little field that the city of Norwich restored this early this year, and part of last year I believe they also took some trees down. Okay, I gotta watch my step here. This is real steep, real slippery. All right, there between the trees. It's kind of a nice, it's a nice, beautiful view of that train trestle. Unfortunately, somebody thought it would be a good idea to paint graffiti on the side of the train trestle. It's really a shame. And there's the Yantic River that's not flowing at all, at least on the surface. It's dry, it's dead dry. It's probably good for maybe fishing or something like that. If somebody came down here, they might be able to catch something right in this little area right here. But there's another look at that beautiful train trestle. Let's work our way out of here. We'll be exiting this little park area back down to the train tracks. Right there. Ooh. You know, watch out, poison ivy. Okay. No more trains coming. And there it is. As we head, make a beeline for the beautiful train trestle once again. I'm going to go straight up to it one more time. Maybe I'll walk over it once more, and then I'll head back up that little footpath, footbridge they have, and then I'll call this thing quits and shut this thing down. But as it stands now, I'm going to walk right across it again, hoping that no train comes down the track. Whew, man, this oil is what worries me on these tracks. It's very oily, and I mean, I don't know if it's slippery or not. I'm not willing to take a chance. I'm using extreme caution here. Hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully the visuals are worth it. Whew. Walking as gingerly and delicately as humanly possible across a giant train trestle in the city of Norwich, Connecticut on August 10th, 2022. And we made it unscathed once again. It's another view of the train tracks leading down the kind of a long straight shot, and then it takes a slight turn to the right as we head back up onto the footbridge. This footbridge is cement on top and real, iron girders and real heavy duty construction. This thing is not going anywhere. I felt it sway a little bit once in a while over the years, but nothing radical, nothing to be, totally natural. Let's put it that way. Anyways, I think I'm going to conclude this video right now. I'd like to thank everybody for tagging along on this little journey. Appreciate it very much. Actually, before I shut down completely, let's get one view from another angle of the lower falls, the normally raging heavy lower falls. Take a look through the trees here. Let's see. Well, let me see if I can get a good. All right. There it is right there. I mean, there's water coming down there, but boy, absolutely nothing compared to what it used to be before this drought hit. I have videos on my YouTube channel of the lower falls right there, and it's absolutely at its peak after a major weather event, and it's worth taking a look at if you have the time. As a car drives down the road, we're going to shut this video down, folks. Thanks for joining me, folks.